Hey guys, what's going on? Today, I'm going to show you my top 3 tools and websites that I use to conduct I'm talking about next level market research. Let's get into it. So, you all are familiar with Redfin. Now, what I want to show you guys is how exactly I use these tools. Now, there's a lot of information here, and clearly there's a lot of places you can navigate to, but I'm going to show you the main way I use this website here for my purposes as a wholesaler. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. I'm going to use Columbus, Ohio as an example here. Let's go to Market Insights. Now, the one thing I like about Redfin is that it covers all of the United States. Some people may say, well, CC, the MLS may be accurate. Well, guys, if I'm doing research to go to a market, why am I going to go try to get MLS access if I don't even know, let's just say Columbus is a good housing market? So these are things to keep in mind. I'm all about what I can get accessible to me now, and that's available nationwide. So a couple of things I'm looking for are the homes sold. This is very important. Guys, the number of homes sold in your market correlates to how active it is. So it answers a myriad of questions. If I see 856 homes sold here, and in another market I see, let's just say 100, well, this one clearly has more opportunities here. Yes, it could be a little bit more competitive, but we know we actually have buyers here, and not only cash buyers, but in buyers. Mom, dad, kid, the nuclear family. We want to have people that are moving to those areas because ultimately our cash buyers are going to flip their houses to these individuals. So I like being able to see how many homes have sold in a market in addition to the median sale price. Now, just as a quick way that I use this is I determine if a market is affluent, meaning is it too competitive? Are the people not even going to be interested in selling their house to cash for me? So I can gauge that based off the median sale price. Let me give you an example. So the national average for median sale prices are basically what homes have sold for. And right now it is January 2nd, 2022. And we can go and see from Q4 of 2021, the median sale prices were $423,000. So if I took a dart and I just threw a dart at the wall on a map in the United States, most likely I'll pay anywhere around 430, 420, 400,000 for a house. That's just basically what the average is. And this lets me know that if I'm in a market where the average is 249 or below, guys, this tells me that there's opportunity here. This tells me that this market is not completely saturated and affluent, and we're going to have some people that want to play ball with us. In an area like Los Angeles, and I'll give you guys an example here, Los Angeles, California, excuse my spelling here. So when I'm looking at my market insights, the median sale prices are close to $1 million. So when I ask people, hey, would you go to LA? A lot of people say, no, I won't go there because it's too competitive. What do they mean when they say that? Really, they mean the median sale prices are just way too high. Now, I like seeing all these homes sold, but we just have a whole bunch of rich people moving here. We don't have a whole bunch of people that are selling their houses for cash. And if they are holding out and selling top dollar. Why compete, guys, in this market when we have thousands of other cities to target, right? I think people don't know where to start with their research. They don't know where to start, and they end up taking information that other people have said and going off of that, right? I like using data to guide me and guide my decisions for my company. So that's the first website, and that's how I use Redfin. Guys, let's go to EIG.org. Now, this is one I mentioned before on my YouTube channel, but guys, this website right here is very important to bookmark, right? Pause this, rewind this, do whatever you got to do, because I've been able to really refine where I'm going and also my strategy with wholesaling. When I look at this map, all the brown is basically distressed areas. Now, before you get too excited, half of the distressed zip codes in the United States are rural. So if these zip codes are rural, then the southeast, we have to be very selective with where we're going. Now notice the blue up north, northeast specifically, and a little bit in the going up towards Canada and Central America there, not Central America, but near Minnesota and near Wisconsin. So we have a little bit of blue there too. So if I'm just looking at this visually, and I'm a visual learner, I'm going to say, okay, all this stuff in blue, why am I even going to target these areas? These are areas that have turned around. These are areas that have the median sale prices that are close to $1 million. Is there opportunity there? Yes. But why am I going to compete there when I have all of these other estates, all of these other cities where I can target? Especially as a wholesaler, even as a flipper. And if you're in the Airbnb game, guys, it's becoming a lot easier to do deals virtually. And if you guys don't know how to do it, you should join my Facebook group because I give away a lot of information there. It's called Build to Scale Wholesaling Community. But with that being said, guys, virtual wholesaling is my bread and butter. I usually have 3 to 4 markets I'm constantly rotating through, and I'm only going in there to get the absolute most motivated sellers, right? So I'm not going to stay in a market, for instance, Charleston, South Carolina. When I was there in 2015, 16, and 17, I was just staying here for the sake of it. Now, if we look at where Charleston is, it's all blue. So just think, the darker the blue, the more competitive it is for you. And these areas right here may say, okay, well, Cece, you could target these areas. These are rural. Nobody's living here, right? Nobody's living in these places. So we want to make sure we're going to places that are a little bit distressed, that have potential to turn around, right? So these green areas are mid-tier. These are like right in the middle. They could either turn around and go blue, or they could turn brown. So we just have to see how things play out. But when I look at this, guys, I knew off the bat, when I found out about this website 2 years ago, why I was having struggles in Charleston, South Carolina several years ago. It's because the whole area was prosperous, and you have people moving down from up north, and you have locals that are competing for housing as well. It just made the whole area just competitive, and it's not a large area either. So this is why when I look at smaller markets, especially if there's a lot of blue, I stay away from. Now, you can wholesale in any market, but why are you going to make things more difficult on yourself? I'm all about easy deals in 2023. And the way that things are going, we were in a seller's market for, I would say for like the last 2 years, sellers really have had their say. We're going to start seeing buyers have their say, but as wholesalers, we may be able to get a lot of properties under contract, but are we going to be able to move them? We need to be able to know where the buyers are going. And they're doing the same stuff too that we're doing. Not necessarily looking at these websites maybe, but they're definitely keeping in mind where the American dream is, right? Where can people afford houses? In Los Angeles, they can. In Columbus, Ohio, they can. So when I go back to Columbus here, 250 is the median sale price. Guys, this market has a lot of room to grow before it hits the national average. And when it hits that national average of 480, I might say to you, Columbus might be another city you might want to focus on later. Not now, or it might be a secondary market. Or you might want to pick up creative financing deals there, because it might get more competitive, and trying to compete with other wholesalers, it's just, you might as well just go somewhere else, because you're going to get in a situation where you're going to have to just spend more. I don't like doing that. And that's an indication that my market is getting too saturated anyway. I need to go somewhere else. So 250, I like seeing this. 856 homes sold, I like seeing this. 43 days on the market. As long as it's below 50, that's fine. All right. But the way that the market has been the last several years, the median days on market has been very low. It's been close to like 10 days, 20 days on market. So as soon as houses have been hitting the market, they've been going under contract with buyers almost immediately. So we'll probably see this increase this year a little bit, but still in the desirable areas, I think that we're going to still see a lot of the activity that we saw last year, but we're going to start seeing cash buyers move to more concentrated areas, I believe. What do I mean by that? Areas where there's more people in a smaller area, population density. Think about New York City, Baltimore, Philadelphia, right? So if I'm marketing to an area in Baltimore, I can hit up twice as many homes in a 1 mile radius than I could in, let's just say, Columbus, Ohio, or an area with a lot of sprawl, urban sprawl, meaning neighborhoods are far apart from each other, houses are far apart from each other. The more houses we have in a consolidated area, the more people we have to target, right? The more people we have to target, the more opportunity we have to get a property under contract, right? And let's just say we have 10 properties under contract and 5 of those our cash buyer are interested in, but we have 5 others that he's interested in. That's great. I'd much rather have that and have a couple of deals fall through than be in a market where it's taking me forever to get one deal under contract and I'm banking everything on that deal closing. That is stressful. All right, guys, now the last tool that I use is called censusreporter.org. And this is a secret weapon of mine that has a lot of data. And guys, it's accurate because it's coming straight from the United States government. And it's a .org website. So I'm going to use Columbus, Ohio as our example. And one thing I like looking at here is a population. I don't like targeting zip codes or MSAs, markets that have lower than 1 million population. The more people, the more housing units, guys. The more housing units, the more opportunity we have to talk to motivated sellers. And we don't have the same, 100 wholesalers trying to compete over the same 10 sellers. I'm being facetious, but this is what happened to me in Charleston. Everybody and their mom and dad were trying to target the same 3 or 4 zip codes in Charleston. Luckily, we were able to sustain our company there, but it was difficult, guys, and we had to do a lot of work to stand out just to keep the lights on for the first year of my wholesaling business. Now, how do I use this website? A couple things I like looking at here, guys. Don't shoot the messenger, please. I like looking at the poverty. I do not want an area that's significantly underpoverished, but I also don't want an area that's very affluent, meaning that there's no poverty because there's no distressed, there's not really a lot of distressed individuals there, right? We want to go to an area where it's like sort of all in a funk, not meaning it's a war zone, but it's all down, getting ready to turn around. That's really what I'm looking for in 2023. Where are those neighborhoods and census tracts that could turn around this year, where I can go in there, I can be untouched, and I don't have to worry about any investors competing with me. And if you look at these little boxes right here, these boxes, these are basically census tracts, right? These are neighborhoods, and these are essentially just what the United States government considers a similar demographic, right? I don't know how they go about and classifying their census tracts, but they have the whole United States partition out, which is awesome. But when I look at this, guys, I'm looking at the poverty. With this one, there's 6.7%. If I know that in Ohio it's 13% and this is 6.7 and this is lower, meaning that fewer people are poor. So what does that tell me? If fewer people are poor, it has to be the opposite. More people have to be affluent. Guys, when I'm looking at the race and ethnicity as well, I'm seeing majority of the population is white. Now, guys, if I look at low poverty and majority of the population is white, guys, what do you think's up here? Do you think there's any opportunity here? Or do you think this area already turned around? Okay? So you can really make some accurate decisions about where you want to go and eliminating areas where you want to go, like saving money on your marketing budget by not going to places that don't have an opportunity for growth. Let's click around and see if we can find an area that I would go to. All right. So guys, we're seeing 21% of people below the poverty line here. And this is almost double, right? 1.5 times the rate in Ohio. I like seeing this, but I don't want to go to a complete war zone. I like seeing that the white and black population is balanced, 50-50. My friends, if you see the Hispanic population is high, understand the Hispanic population is playing the same game as wholesalers and hedge funds. Mainly these hedge funds. They're buying these property, they're not letting them go. So this is why I left Houston, Texas, because I noticed that the Hispanic population was becoming quite robust there, which is awesome. But it's just understanding, guys, what that means as investors. So look, guys, 45%. So if I'm calling these sellers, and a lot of people may say, well, I want somebody who can speak to these people and speak Spanish. Guys, they'll sell their house to you, but they'll probably sell it for like ARV. Because guess what, guys? They're the ones that we're going to hire most likely for construction crews to renovate our houses. Guys, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what's up. I'm just telling you what's going on based off the data I'm seeing. So if you're having a difficult time in a market like this or some of your Texas markets, this might be why. Everything else about the market looks good. The median sale price, the poverty levels, demographics, but there's something off. Your homeowners have changed. Your demographic has changed, right? They're looking to buy and hold. They're not looking to buy and flip and all this stuff or sell to move to another house. They're looking to entrench themselves in these houses, in this land. Very important stuff. So guys, to recap, the 3 sites I use are Redfin, and that's for the home sold and the median sale prices. EIG.org, that's to easily find the distressed zip codes in your market. And Census Reporter. This is mainly for demographic data like poverty, race, also socioeconomic data as well. So guys, if you found this helpful, and you need a list pool and you need leads in your market, go to ccgarlandmarketing.com. I do this on a daily basis for my clients. We serve clients all across the United States. We do list pooling. That's basically all I have to offer, guys. I used to do coaching and stuff, but putting that on a pause right now and doing a lot of just data analysis to helping you guys succeed in 2023. All right, guys, I will chat with you later.